Prakash Sontakke is an inspiring lap steel guitarist who has created his own instrument, the Swarveena. Born into a family of musicians in Banaras, Prakash composes music that transcends genres and touches the soul of many a listener. Here's the maestro talking about India, instrumental music, and the lap steel guitar. Prakashji, how many years have you been in the music industry, and how did you come to choosing the lap steel guitar and the Swarveena?
Without knowing, there's a lot of music happening at home. But as they say, if there's music available free to learn, you'll never learn. So I was whiling away a lot of time doing other things. But unconsciously, there was a process of learning because I would be listening to my father teaching someone or my mother teaching somebody. And those things would go into the system. And gradually after, let us say, after my brief encounter with engineering, when I concluded that I'm not really engineering material, I started taking music more seriously. And my mom used to play the slide guitar herself. She used to be a Hawaiian guitar artist. And this instrument it's very mystical and very spiritual. If you start getting attracted to it, then you don't feel that there's any other sound that will attract you more than that. It's very simple that you'll be surprised to see, for anybody who knows Hindustani classical. This is like Rag Bhopali. This is Bhopali. The same instrument, just a little change of approach. This is Vishwar here, Pink Floyd. So again the same surprise, as I said, that sa re ga pa da sa da pa, sa re ga pa da sa da pa ga re. Surprised me that the same instrument which I was playing at home and learning Rag Bhagyashree or Bimpalasi from my mother, and the same instrument suddenly sounds so different in Pink Floyd. So that's one of the basic reasons why actually it attracted me to this whole thing.
And you've also designed instruments, right? So tell me about that.
Yeah, this is the Swarveena. Simple, it's like a typical Hawaiian guitar when it comes to the 6-string part of it. So you have like but then there is another element in this, which is the Swar Mandal, where you have all this. My belief at some point of time, which I thought was not to associate my name with the instrument. The main reason was I thought that if I will associate my name with this, then anybody else who is learning slide guitar elsewhere will not pick it up, because it will be like a little bit of a botheration, because you learn from somebody and then you have to take somebody else's named instrument and play it, which is not fair, I think, for the growth of the instrument. So I just call it Swarveena because there's nothing without swar in our system. And Veena because traditionally everybody believes that this has come from the Vichitra Veena or the Kotwadyam. For me, my opinion is that music should be renowned and not musicians. And in that term, I feel that in India we have a little I think I should say it's a long way to go in terms of the growth of instrumental music, because to this day I think 90% of people are very happy holding on to microphones and singing, because everybody wants to be a singer, aspires to be a singer. Maybe it comes from our traditional mythology or something where, we always had heroes. There's only one hero and the rest of all are followers. In the last 15 years of television history, maybe 1,000 or even more number of reality shows all put together, producing at least a few lakh singers. It's very sad to see that so many vocalists and such few instrumentalists in our country.
Do you see then a strong difference in attitudes in India towards instrumental music and instrumentalists as compared to outside of India, in the Western world, for example?
When I go to Europe, especially towards Germany or Norway, and I find this umpteen number of children holding onto this huge instruments like trombone, bassoon, and clarinet and double bass, which are physically challenging to carry. They bring this instrument and they have a fancy to be able to master and get into that instrument, and they have an amazing set of inspirations also. You find amazing players playing these instruments. Whereas in India, we all tend to always carry the smallest and the most easiest instrument, or sometimes, as I said, everybody wants to be a singer. At the most, they'll carry small flutes, tiny violins, everything which is just so handy as to not physically bother them in any way. I'm not saying that one has to take pains to do this, but the basic attitude of trying to discover an instrument is like discovering an extension of your body, an extension of your mind, an extension of your thoughts, because whatever thoughts come into your head to be converted on to another instrument is like understanding, getting into that second medium, and then getting the expressions through that, which is a process which our sweet crowd wants to somehow avoid.
What would you think, or what would you say was your most memorable concert, and why?
There's something which I did once in Canada where we had absolutely no planning as to what we will be playing next. And we just went on stage because we just landed because of courtesy, all the airline hazards and all that. We landed 8 hours late, which meant that we would not be having any time for rehearsal. So we walk in almost directly to the stage and we started playing, and we didn't know what the other musician was wanting to play, what we would want to do, but it is just that it all happened like a magical trance. And at the end of the show, we finally discovered that people were standing ovation and all that. So this piece, Nadia, was also written by Nitin Sawhney in a different fusionish way, and it has been performed even by Jeff Beck, and a lot of guitar fans and guitar followers know this piece more as a Jeff Beck piece, but actually traditionally Nadia belongs to a very traditional Hindustani classical background. So I'm just trying to approach it from the Jeff Beck angle as well as the Indian style.